You unfortunately got dumped, and your ex has an avoidant attachment style, which could be a fearful avoidant attachment style or a dismissive avoidant attachment style. But either way, they got into a rebound relationship almost immediately after dumping you. That's not uncommon. But the good news is for you, if you want them back, that doesn't have to spell the end of reconciliation. Because many times avoidant exes jump into a rebound relationship within days, sometimes, of dumping their partner because they don't want to have to grieve the loss of the relationship. They don't want to have to grieve the loss of you. So they jump into a new relationship before they've had time to feel anything. So it's kind of just like they found a warm body to literally fill your shoes. But in this video, I'm going to share with you the 7 key signs that your avoidant ex's new relationship is just a distraction. So let's talk about it. But I do want to point out that rebounds have about a 75% failure rate. So the odds are really good that this new relationship isn't going to survive. But also because your ex didn't allow themselves time to heal properly from the end of your relationship, all they did was suppress all of those hurt feelings and the pain and now the guilt on top of that. All they did was push that down, but eventually all of those emotions find their way out, and it's usually ugly when we try and pretend they're not there. And then the reality will hit home that this new person isn't you. This relationship is completely superficial. The new person doesn't understand them the way that you did, and the new person isn't going to want to deal with this anyway. So the relationship is very likely going to end, which dramatically increases the odds of them coming back to you, if that's what you want. Sign number 1, the relationship started suspiciously fast. As I mentioned, if it started within days or weeks of them dumping you, that's incredibly fast. I know when my now ex-wife asked for a divorce back in 2021, I waited a full year before I began even dating anybody. But I had a fearful avoidant ex once who dumped me and then was with somebody new just 5 days later. And that is much more common, especially with avoidance, because the new relationship completely lacks that getting to know you phase where over a period of weeks or months, you slowly begin to learn everything there is to know about each other. Sign number 2, they're overposting about how happy they are. Anytime somebody screams something really loud on social media, it's usually a cry for attention in some way, or they're trying to cover up the pain of something else. And with all of these signs, what we're looking for is a change in their behavior from how they used to be, both during the relationship and immediately following the breakup. If they've always done things a certain way, then that's not indicative of anything. But now they're posting twice as often as they used to, and they're seemingly always out doing amazing things with fun people and living this dream life. And guess what? It is a dream life. It's not real life. And their posts just kind of feel performative, as if they are performing for you. And they never posted this much when they were with you. And they may be trying to make you jealous. They may be trying to make you mad. They may be trying to make you sad. Or they may be genuinely regretting dumping you and kind of testing the waters by posting like this to see if you take the bait and respond back. Don't do that. Sign number 3, their new partner is noticeably different from you. They may have intentionally chosen a partner with traits the complete opposite of you. If you have short hair like I do, maybe their new partner has long hair. If you're highly emotionally intelligent, maybe they're kind of gruff and stoic and emotionally shut down. If you're fun and outgoing, maybe they're shy and reserved. But this contrast is helping your ex avoid being triggered being around them. Because if they were a lot like you, that might easily trigger them into realizing how badly they screwed up by dumping you. And avoidance, of course, learned at a young age that the best way to keep themselves safe emotionally was to keep everybody at arm's length and never let anybody in. Their feelings were invalidated as a young child, probably by mom or dad or both, and so they don't like to share their feelings on a deep, emotionally vulnerable level. So after a breakup, they tend to gravitate towards safer partners who don't demand a lot of emotional intimacy. And so this new relationship will completely lack the level of emotional depth that your relationship with them had. Sign number 4, they're still keeping tabs on you. If they were really in love, head over heels with this new person, they wouldn't be thinking about you at all. So if you've noticed that they're stalking you on social, maybe looking at your Facebook or Instagram stories, maybe liking or commenting on things that you're posting and sharing, maybe they're sharing the content that you've posted on their channels, and you happen to notice that it seems like they're online a lot lot during the same times that you're online, and it didn't used to be like that. Guess what? That's not a coincidence. Maybe mutual friends are telling you that your ex is increasingly asking about you more and more. And you've noticed maybe on social that your ex is increasingly reactionary about life changes going on with you. And I know it's crazy to think they might be reactionary to things that are happening with you if they're in a rebound relationship with somebody else, but that's just how their mind works. And because your ex is an avoidant, it's especially mission critical that you stay completely vigilant in your no contact. No calling, no texting, no emailing, no stalking on social, no liking or commenting on their social, and certainly no looking at their Instagram or Facebook stories, because your name will show up on a list of people who have viewed those, and they probably know where to look for that. Because remember, avoidants typically break up with partners because they fear losing their independence, and they often see their partners as needy, clingy, smothering, and controlling. And even if you weren't that way, they probably saw you that way. And their fears of you still being that way have to go away completely before they will even consider coming back to you. So stay vigilant in that no contact until they reach out to you directly. Sign number 5, the relationship milestones are rushed. Often avoidants jump into these new relationships within a week or so of dumping their partner. And then they're usually extremely quick to get exclusive, to use labels like boyfriend and girlfriend, and to start saying things like I love you. Maybe they even move in together really quickly, or maybe they even get engaged. I have a client right now that I coach whose girlfriend dumped him in the fall, almost immediately got in a relationship with somebody new, then almost immediately got engaged with that guy, and then almost immediately got married to that guy, all in just a handful of months. That is crazy, and that's also a recipe for disaster for that new relationship. You see, when they accelerate the timeline like that, it's kind of like building a house of cards, because there's no emotional foundation on which they're building this new relationship. And avoidants, like narcissists, tend to use external validation to avoid doing any real internal growth work. And they're just kind of trying to rush to the finish line, hoping that they can avoid feeling the feelings that they probably know are buried deep down inside of them about you and the breakup. Sign number 6, they maintain a connection to your world. So not only are they still maintaining the connections with mutual friends, but they may have reconnected or stayed connected with members of your family that they were close to. They haven't fully separated their life from yours. Maybe you still go to the same church, or you still go to the same coffee shops, you still go to the same places, and they're increasingly going to these places more often, hoping to increase the chances of accidentally running into you. Maybe they even keep mementos of the relationship, or are continuing to wear jewelry that you gave them. And these lingering ties just show an incomplete emotional detachment. If you like this video, do me a favor and hit that like button and the subscribe button too. It helps me grow my channel, and it's a great way for you to stay connected and not miss any of my future videos. And I really appreciate you taking the time to do that. And sign number 7, their personality just seems inauthentic now. They've adopted new interests that are perfectly aligned with their new partner that don't really seem genuine. Now, I will say it's not uncommon when we get into a new relationship for our new partner to kind of introduce us to new foods, new music, new movies. And since we're often healing from a breakup from the previous relationship, sometimes we do dive into that head first. But what we're looking for here is it seems like a complete change in personality from who they used to be. Maybe their values have shifted dramatically. Maybe they used to be Democrat and now they're Republican, or vice versa. And overall, it just seems like they're playing a character or a role instead of being authentically who they are. And this kind of personality shift is a classic avoidant coping mechanism. Remember, I also offer one-on-one coaching that can be in the form of a phone call, a Zoom session, or you can simply email me your problem. I'll record a custom video for you just like this one and get it back to you within a couple of weekdays. If you want more info on that, it's down in the description or on this card right up here. But let me know your story down in the comments about what's going on with you and your avoidant ex and their rebound, and I'll see you in the next video.